Just go. Go on.
Okay. Came from a dream the Lord gave me last night. Guns going to be an issue in the near future. Murder. How that it's handled and how that it's rated. How that people look at it. And today I get up and Donald Trump, of course, is referring to this on in one of his speeches that he just held, and I'm looking here. Hillary Clinton holds a early voting event. You know, there's really no way to tell how this is going to go until we actually have a vote. It's impossible to get a poll. Everybody's quoting the polls, and the polls, as we've seen with Carter and Reagan, mean absolutely nothing, especially when the polls are in a bunch of lying fudgers, you know what I mean? So anyways, but back to what the Lord was pointing to. In the dream, this lady, she came into our house. It was night. She just came up, and there was a man standing behind her whom I couldn't see. But this lady came up and she opened our door. I didn't invite her in. Nobody said come in or nothing. We were in the bed asleep. And she opens the door and she pushes it like this, swing back, and she pulls out this gun, which looked like it was a high caliber gun. You could see it had a barrel, probably 357, 44, something like that. Barrel was big enough to stuff your finger in the hole. And I had a gun. I reached and picked it up or whatever, but it was dark in the room. And she pointed a gun right at me. And when she pointed a gun at me, I obviously felt my life was in danger, so, you know, I took my gun and squibs off a couple of rounds at her. And I don't know if I hit anything. This must have been a spiritual dream, because she never got off one shot. She never got off one shot. And that I noticed. But I'm thinking that she did shoot a couple of times, but she never hit anything. My wife and I were laying in the bed in the dream, and somehow our bedroom was in the living room where the door came open, and when I squares off those rounds, they abruptly left. Okay, so and of course the scenario here is, if you fight back, you're going to have a greater chance of winning. What I put on Facebook was something like, if you're going to let me get over there and I'll read it to you. Just give me a second here. You know how Facebook is, sometimes they're kind of slow. So that should be right up my alley. But anyway, you know, I'm not the fastest bird that ever walked the face of the planet. And I hate it when you click on there and then it gives you your home page, and you're looking for the one with your name associated to it. Okay, come on. Up 2, up 3 here. Where is it?
Come on, girl. Come on, go potty.
Well, it's kind of embarrassing,
Come on.
because it was right here.
See ya.
Okay, here it is. Today, fresh from the throne video coming later. Looks like the medias are going to try to make a pitch for Hillary in the gun control area. It is the kind of thing, this is the kind of thing to look for. Twisted by the media, of course. Woman comes into your house unannounced with a gun. You're in a bed asleep in a dark room, waking up, not sure what's going on. You see the woman standing in the door with a gun pointed at you. Excuse me. Here's the question. You know where your gun is. Should you get your gun and shoot the woman, or ask her what she wants? And I know how a lot of you are going to answer that. Point is, to make here is, if you make a mistake, you can only make it once. Should you put your life at risk so that you can be politically correct? I would say no. If somebody's going to come in your door at night and they're going to point a gun at you while you're in the bed, I would say the decision is already made.
Yeah.
But you know what the liberal laws try to tell you? The liberal laws try to tell you that you have to run to the farthest corner of your house and hide, and then you have to show a proof of being wounded or something like that, you know. And to me that makes no sense at all. But the media is obviously going to try to turn this around, and I always try to find a Bible verse to go with this, you know. And the Lord taught us to protect what is ours. He said, pray for those who despitefully use you. Now, He didn't say pray for those who are trying to murder you. He said pray for those who despitefully use you and persecute you, you know. And truthfully, the best thing we could do for Hillary Clinton is to pray for her, because you know, the woman needs rehabilitation. Well, I don't know if that's possible. She needs psychiatric help, and then she needs rehabilitation, if that's possible. So, but anyways, and you know what, man, that tells me there's a lot of people in this United States that need psychiatric help, that's trying to push her to become president. The laws of this land mean nothing to them anymore. You know, they're like that one lady justice, that old lady that looks like she needs to put on a witch's hat. I can't think of her name right now, but yeah, I guarantee you I will. It gets stuck in my head later. But this lady, man, what she said was, our Constitution is no good. She said, we don't need it. Any Supreme Court justice with that kind of attitude saying that our Constitution is no good, that should be grounds for impeachment. But there's a lot of other grounds that Hillary has done. I saw in there for probably about 30 federal charges that she was guilty of in the eyes of the whole United States. This is just the ones that we know about. How many does she have that we don't know about? You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff, man, and that's what the Bible says. In the last days they'll be calling good bad and bad good. Let me read that to you. Okay, that's my Bible verse for today. They shall call good bad and bad good. Start my car, babe?
Yes.
Okay.
There's your lunch, your card.
And
I'll get your thing.
Isaiah 5:20. Alright, God bless you. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time right here, Crossing the Middle Ministry.